Today, we're going on an amazing journey through time to discover the hidden secrets that connect Disney and Pixar films. From 1995 all the way to 2026, these studios have been leaving clever clues and Easter eggs that link their movies together in magical ways. These aren't just random details, they're carefully placed references that show how much the creators love their work and want to reward fans who pay close attention. Toy Story 1995. In 1995, everything changed. Pixar released Toy Story, the very first fully computer-animated feature film. But even in this groundbreaking movie, the team planted seeds for the future. The most famous Easter egg in Toy Story? The carpet pattern in Sid's house. Look closely, and you'll see it's the exact same pattern as the carpet in the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. While this isn't a Disney connection, it shows Pixar loves hiding references. But here's a real Disney connection. The toolbox in Sid's room has a Binford Tools logo. This connects to the TV show Home Improvement, which aired on ABC, owned by Disney. It's a small detail, but it started a tradition. A Bug's Life 1998. 3 years later, in 1998, A Bug's Life arrived. This movie about brave insects fighting grasshoppers had something special hidden inside. In the Bug City, if you look at the box that Heimlich the caterpillar is in, you can spot a Barbie sticker. This is one of the first direct Pixar-to-Pixar Easter eggs. It connects back to Toy Story, even though Barbie wasn't actually in that first film yet. There's also a reference to Knick Knack, an early Pixar short film. The toy snow globe appears in the background of the Bug Circus scene. Toy Story 2 1999. Toy Story 2 came out in 1999, and this is where the Pizza Planet truck tradition really began. This yellow truck with the rocket on top would become the most famous Easter egg in Pixar history. In Toy Story 2, the truck appears during the scene where the toys are crossing the street to get to Al's toy barn. But here's the thing, from this point forward, the Pizza Planet truck appears in almost every Pixar movie. It becomes like a game for fans to spot it. The movie also shows us the first glimpse of the Luxo Ball. This is the colorful ball with the yellow star that becomes another recurring Easter egg throughout Pixar films. Monsters 2001. Monsters Incorporated arrived in 2001, and it's packed with Easter eggs connecting to other Pixar films. The most obvious one? Boo hands Sully a Jessie doll from Toy Story 2. She also has a Luxo Ball in her room, and during the sushi restaurant scene, you can spot Nemo on the wall as a wooden carving. But here's the twist. Finding Nemo wouldn't be released until 2003. This is what we call a forward Easter egg, where Pixar teases upcoming movies. The Pizza Planet truck appears briefly in the street scenes of Monstropolis. If you blink, you'll miss it. Finding Nemo 2003. Finding Nemo swam into theaters in 2003, and even underwater. The Easter eggs continued. In the dentist's office, Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story can be seen lying on the floor in the waiting room. There's also a comic book that shows Mr. Incredible on the cover, even though The Incredibles wouldn't come out until 2004. The Pizza Planet truck? It's much harder to spot in an underwater movie, but Pixar found a way. Some fans believe the truck appears in a brief flashback sequence, though this one is debated. The Incredibles 2004. The Incredibles arrived in 2004, bringing superhero action and more Easter eggs than ever before. In the movie, young Dash is reading a comic book during the scene in the principal's office. Look closely at other comics in the room, and you'll see references to previous Pixar characters. The Pizza Planet truck makes an appearance when the Incredibles are driving in the city. Here's something cool. The Incredibles takes place in the 1960s, but the movie includes retro-futuristic technology. Some fans believe this creates a shared universe where all Pixar films could theoretically coexist, but at different times. Cars 2006. Cars rolled out in 2006, and even though this movie is about talking vehicles, Pixar found ways to include Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears as a worn-down vehicle in the background during the end credit sequence. Lightning McQueen also drives past a van with the Lightyear Tires logo, connecting to Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. In one scene, you can spot insects that look like tiny Volkswagen Beetles, which is a clever play on the word bug from A Bug's Life. There's also a character named Mac, the truck that hauls Lightning McQueen, and his license plate reads RUSTEZ3, which some fans think references Rusty's, but also the year 2003, when the Cars concept was being developed. Ratatouille 2007. Ratatouille served up delicious Easter eggs in 2007. This movie about a rat who wants to be a chef is set in Paris, but it still connects to the Pixar universe. The Pizza Planet truck appears as a small vehicle in the background of the Paris streets. It's hard to spot, but it's there. Inside Gusto's restaurant, there's a bottle of wine on the shelf with a label that shows the Luxo Ball design. In one scene, Git, the waiter, is reading a book. The book's cover shows what looks like Mr. Incredible. Also, when the food critic Anton Ego is in his office, you can see a painting that resembles artwork from other Pixar films. WALL-E 2008. WALL-E launched into theaters in 2008, taking us to a distant future where Earth is abandoned. But even in this futuristic wasteland, Easter eggs survive. The Pizza Planet truck appears among the garbage that WALL-E is compacting at the beginning of the film. It's rusty and broken down, showing that even in the future, these Easter eggs persist. Inside WALL-E's home, He has collected various treasures, including a Luxo Ball. There's also a Rex toy from Toy Story in his collection. When the humans are shown on the Axiom spaceship, the By and Large Corporation's logo appears everywhere. Some fans theorize that By and Large is connected to the corporation seen in other Pixar films. Up 2009. Up lifted our hearts in 2009 with the story of Carl Fredricksen and his flying house. This emotional journey also carried Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears in a blink-and-you'll-miss-it moment during the beginning montage of Carl's life with Ellie. It's parked on the street outside their house in one scene. Lotso, the pink bear who would become the villain in Toy Story 3, makes his first appearance in Up. He's sitting on a little girl's porch in the background of one scene. This was a teaser for the next Toy Story film. Inside Carl's house, there are family photos, and some fans have spotted what looks like the Luxo Ball pattern on objects in the background. Toy Story 3, 2010. Toy Story 3 arrived in 2010, bringing the trilogy to an emotional conclusion. This movie is filled with Easter eggs that honor the franchise's history. The Pizza Planet truck is driven by one of the daycare workers. Lotso, who we saw briefly in Up, is now the main villain. Inside Bonnie's room at the end of the film, you can spot stuffed animals that look like characters from other Pixar films. During the final scenes, there's a postcard on Andy's bulletin board that shows the lighthouse from The Incredibles. There's also a license plate in the garage that reads, a 113, which is the classroom number at Cal Arts, where many Pixar animators studied. This number appears in almost every Pixar film. Brave 2012. Brave transported us to medieval Scotland in 2012. Even in this historical setting, Pixar planted Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears carved as a small wooden toy in the witch's workshop. You have to look very carefully to spot it. The witch herself is a mysterious figure, and some fans have theorized she could be Boo from Monsters Incorporated, all grown up and traveling through time. This isn't confirmed, but it's a fun theory. In the castle, there are tapestries on the walls. If you look closely at the designs, some patterns resemble the Luxo Ball. The movie is set in ancient Scotland, but Pixar still found ways to include their signature Easter eggs. Monsters University, 2013. Monsters University opened its doors in 2013, serving as a prequel to Monsters Incorporated. The college campus is packed with references. The Pizza Planet truck appears parked outside one of the campus buildings. In the library scene, there are book covers visible on the shelves that reference other Pixar films. One book appears to show the Omnidroid from The Incredibles on its cover. During the scare games, one of the obstacles includes a bedroom that's filled with toys. Among these toys, you can spot several characters from Toy Story. There's also a poster in one scene advertising a dentist, which connects back to Finding Nemo. 2 films, Double the Easter Eggs, 2014. 2014 was special because Disney and Pixar released 2 films, Planes, Fire and Rescue, a Cars spin-off, and a slate of shorts. In Planes, Fire and Rescue, the vehicle universe expands, but Easter eggs remain. There are references to Radiator Springs from Cars, and the Pizza Planet truck appears briefly as a modified fire truck vehicle. The shorts released this year, including Party Central featuring Mike and Sully from Monsters University, contain numerous Easter eggs. In the party scenes, there are decorations and items that reference almost every previous Pixar film. Inside Out, 2015. Inside Out explored the inside of an 11-year-old girl's mind in 2015, and even emotions leave Easter eggs. During scenes showing Riley's memories, we can see the Pizza Planet truck in several memory orbs. There's one memory where Riley visits a pizza restaurant, and the truck is parked outside. Inside headquarters, there's a character on a poster that resembles Colette from Ratatouille. When Riley is in school, one of her classmates is wearing a shirt with a dinosaur that looks like the dinosaurs from The Good Dinosaur, which came out later that same year. In the abstract thought sequence, the Luxo Ball appears briefly as the characters are being deconstructed. The Good Dinosaur 2015. The Good Dinosaur came out later in 2015, asking, what if the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs never hit Earth? Even in this alternate prehistoric world, Easter eggs exist. The Pizza Planet truck is much harder to spot here because we're in dinosaur times. However, some eagle-eyed fans have noticed rock formations that suspiciously resemble the truck's shape. The A113 reference appears on a cave drawing in one scene, which is hilarious when you think about it. Dinosaurs referencing a modern classroom number. During the journey, Arlo and Spot encounter various creatures. One of the pterodactyls has markings that resemble the Luxo Ball pattern. It's subtle, but it's there. Finding Dory, 2016. Finding Dory continued Nemo's story in 2016. Dory's journey to find her family is filled with hidden references. The Pizza Planet truck appears in the Marine Life Institute parking lot. You can see it when the characters are navigating through the surface world. Inside the Institute, there's a toy store section where you can spot toys from other Pixar films, including some from Toy Story. One of the most clever Easter eggs is a poster showing Riley from Inside Out visiting the Marine Life Institute with her family. This directly connects 2 Pixar films. There's also a coffee mug in one of the human scenes that has the Luxo Ball design printed on it. Cars 3, 2017. Cars 3 raced into theaters in 2017, bringing Lightning McQueen's story to a meaningful conclusion. Even though this is a sequel in the Cars universe, it contains Easter eggs to other films. The Pizza Planet truck appears as a competitor's hauler in the background during racing scenes. In Radiator Springs, there's a sign advertising Luxo tires, connecting to the Luxo Ball and lamp from Pixar's history. During the Demolition Derby scene at Thunder Hollow, you can see various car versions of other Pixar characters in the crowd. There's even a car that resembles Wall-E in terms of color scheme and design. The attention to detail is incredible. Coco, 2017. Coco celebrated Mexican culture and the Day of the Dead in 2017. This beautiful film about family and remembrance also remembers to include Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears as a wooden toy carving in the background of the Rivera family workshop. In the Land of the Dead, there are numerous skeletons in the background, and some are wearing clothing or accessories that reference other Pixar characters. During one scene in the plaza, there's a poster advertising a show, and the poster's design includes the Luxo Ball. The guitar that Miguel uses has decorative patterns that, if you look very closely, contain tiny references to previous Pixar films. Incredibles 2, 2018. Incredibles 2 arrived in 2018, picking up right where the first film ended. This sequel is packed with Easter eggs for dedicated fans. The Pizza Planet truck appears during the chase sequences through the city. When Dash is watching TV, one of the channels briefly shows what looks like a commercial featuring vehicles from the Cars universe. In Jack Jack's nursery, there are toys visible on shelves, including what appears to be a Sully doll from Monsters, Incorporated. The Luxo Ball appears in multiple scenes, including one where Jack Jack is playing with toys in the backyard. The movie also includes the A113 reference on a license plate during one of Elastigirl's motorcycle chases. Toy Story 4, 2019. Toy Story 4 arrived in 2019, continuing the story after Andy gave his toys to Bonnie. This emotional journey includes numerous Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck is now owned by a woman at the carnival, where much of the action takes place. Inside the antique store, you can spot items that reference almost every Pixar film. There's a painting that shows the house from Up, decorations that look like characters from Coco, and even a toy that resembles Dory. When the toys are exploring the carnival, there's a game booth that has prizes, including characters from other Pixar films. The Luxo Ball appears multiple times throughout the movie, including in Bonnie's room and at the carnival. Onward, 2020. Onward brought fantasy to modern times in 2020. Set in a world where magic once existed but has been replaced by technology, the movie still honors Pixar traditions. The Pizza Planet truck appears as a van in the background during scenes in the city. It's painted differently to fit the fantasy world, but it's recognizable. In Barley's bedroom, there are posters and decorations that reference other Pixar films. One poster shows what looks like the superhero logo from The Incredibles. The van that Barley drives, named Guinevere, has decorations on it. Among these decorations, you can spot stickers with designs that reference the Luxo Ball and other classic Pixar elements. Inside the game store, there are board games visible that have covers referencing previous Pixar films. Soul 2020. Soul explored the meaning of life itself in 2020. This philosophical film about a jazz musician and the great before is filled with Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears on the streets of New York City, where Joe Gardner lives. Inside Joe's apartment, there are various items that reference other Pixar films. He has a poster that shows what looks like a concert featuring musical elements similar to those in Coco. In The Great Before, where souls exist before being born, there are countless visual details. Some of the abstract shapes and patterns include the Luxo Ball design. When 22 experiences Earth in Joe's body, they walk past stores and buildings with references to other films, including a restaurant with a name similar to Gusteau's from Ratatouille. Luca, 2021. Luca brought us to the Italian Riviera in 2021. This coming-of-age story about sea monsters who can transform into humans contains beautiful Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears as a small toy truck in Julia's bedroom. On the walls of various buildings in Porto Rosso, there are posters, advertising events, and some of these posters have designs that reference other Pixar films. One poster appears to show a racing event with imagery similar to Cars. In Alberto's hideout, there are various items he's collected from the human world. Among these treasures, you can spot objects that resemble toys from Toy Story and other items from previous Pixar films. The Luxo Ball appears painted on a wall as graffiti in one scene. Turning Red, 2022. Turning Red transformed our expectations in 2022. Set in Toronto in 2002, this movie about a girl who turns into a giant red panda when she gets emotional is packed with Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears parked on a Toronto street during several scenes. Inside May's school, there are various lockers and posters visible. Some of these posters reference other Pixar films. One poster advertises a screening of what looks like a movie about monsters, connecting to Monsters, Incorporated. In May's bedroom, she has various toys and collectibles. Among these items, you can spot toys that look like characters from Toy Story. There's also a pencil case with the Luxo Ball pattern. During the concert scenes at the end, there are crowd members wearing shirts with designs that reference previous Pixar films. Lightyear 2022. Lightyear explored Buzz Lightyear's origin story in 2022. This sci-fi adventure about the real Buzz Lightyear that inspired the toy includes meta Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet truck appears as a futuristic vehicle design in the Space Command Center. Throughout the movie, there are references to the Toy Story films, which makes sense because this is supposed to be the movie that made Buzz Lightyear famous in the Toy Story universe. It's very meta. In the Space Ranger training facility, there are various equipment and decorations. Some of these include designs that reference the Luxo Ball. During the space exploration sequences, some of the planets visible in the background have markings or features that resemble elements from other Pixar films. The A113 reference appears on several pieces of space equipment. Elemental 2023. Elemental arrived in 2023, showcasing Element City, where fire, water, earth, and air people coexist. The Pizza Planet truck appears as an elemental fusion vehicle. Shops reference other Pixar films. A water shop echoes Finding Nemo, while a fire restaurant nods to Coco. The Luxo Ball becomes an elemental art installation, and city buildings feature advertisements adapted to the elemental world. Inside Out 2 2024. Inside Out 2 expanded Riley's teenage emotional world in 2024, introducing anxiety, envy, and embarrassment. The Pizza Planet truck appears in memory orbs, while renovated headquarters features posters referencing cars. Hockey equipment displays Luxo Ball patterns, and Riley's imagination includes characters and settings from previous Pixar films. The future continues 2025 to 2026. As we move into 2025 and 2026, Pixar continues to release new films. While I can't tell you about all the Easter eggs in movies that haven't been released yet or that are still being made, we can be certain of one thing: the tradition will continue. Elio, scheduled for 2025, will take us to space with a story about a boy who becomes Earth's intergalactic ambassador. Hoppers, coming in 2026, will introduce us to a world where beavers build robots. Both films will undoubtedly include the Pizza Planet truck, the Luxo Ball, and references to the rich library of Pixar films that came before. The A113 reference will appear somewhere in every film. New characters will wear clothing or use items that subtly reference older films. And Pixar will continue to plant forward-looking Easter eggs that tease movies we won't see for years. Why these Easter eggs matter? These Easter eggs create a shared Pixar universe. Seeing the Pizza Planet truck in medieval Scotland, underwater, or in the future suggests all stories exist in one world across different times. The A113 reference honors Cal Arts Classroom, where Pixar animators like John Lasseter and Brad Bird studied. The Luxo Ball celebrates Pixar's 1986 short film that established them as animation pioneers. Easter eggs reward dedicated fans who notice hidden details, creating joy and connection. Pixar deliberately places them in challenging spots, making the hunt exciting. Social media has amplified this, with fans sharing discoveries and working together to find every reference. These details connect generations. Adults who watched Toy Story in 1995 now share Easter egg hunting with their children, bonding over Pixar's history. From 1995 to 2026, these hidden treasures transform movies into layered experiences. They prove attention to detail matters, and rewarding audiences creates lasting love. The Pizza Planet truck, Luxo Ball, and A113 aren't just jokes, they're Pixar's philosophy. Next time you watch, keep your eyes open. You're not just watching a movie, you're participating in 3 decades of animated excellence.